Hi there, my name is Matt Robertson, and I'm the Vice President of Development and an instructor here at Applied Mindfulness Training. And I'm here today with Carol Hyman, our Executive Director and our Principal Instructor for our educational programs. And we want to welcome you to Applied Mindfulness Training. You may notice that we've organized much of our content into two categories, exploring your mind and engaging the world. So we wanted to give you some helpful tips to get started as you navigate around our site and interact with the various resources. So Carol, please tell us a little bit about why it's important to engage in this kind of work of practicing, training ourselves in mindfulness, applying it to our everyday life, and specifically how it can be helpful to use this framework of inner and outer in order to do that.
Sure, Matt. You know, it's interesting. There are a lot of places that people can learn how to meditate and practice mindfulness, and the benefits of that have been intensively studied and proven scientifically. But it's not just mindfulness that's valuable. We don't meditate so we can be good meditators. We meditate so we can more fully inhabit our lives, so that every moment we're able to be present, we're able to synchronize our bodies and minds. And most of us, if we really pay attention, we realize, of course, our bodies are always present, but our minds are often in the past or the future or some kind of planning or just distracted. And we certainly live in a world with plenty of distractions now. So, learning to notice what our minds are doing is an essential skill for fully inhabiting our lives and bringing benefit into our own lives and into the lives of the people around us, which is what, when we get in touch with our basic nature as human beings, this awareness that is always there, which I like to call wakeful presence. It's always available, like the sky behind all the content that goes through our minds. The content changes, the awareness is always present. When we practice mindfulness, the fact that we come back, no matter how far our minds wander, is the result of the fact that that is our basic nature. And so by cultivating our connection to that, we begin to be able to come back to it over and over and over again, more and more often. As we do that, we notice the patterns that we carry. Each of us carry a unique blend of habitual patterns that have developed over our lifetime, conditions, some of them inherited from our families, some from our culture, and some from the events that have happened to us in our lives. And as we begin to see what those patterns are, we see how they filter the way we see the world around us. So we don't actually see the world around us clearly if we are not aware of the patterns we carry. And so by training in mindfulness, we learn to direct and sustain our attention so that we can notice when our minds have wandered, and then we begin to discern those patterns that we have, and we start to actually connect with how they're held in our bodies, in our the tension, the way we hold our posture, aches and pains and injuries we've had. All of those carry patterns that connect to our mind, to our thoughts and emotions. And so as we begin to unpack those, we begin to have more clarity about how we see the world, and we are able to discern what will actually bring benefit in our own lives and in the lives of others. And as long as we are filtered, everything is filtered and we believe everything we think, we are adding to the confusion in the world. So if we would like to diminish confusion on our own parts and be able to diminish it in the world around us, we really need to take responsibility for our own human vehicles, the passengers we've got on board, the baggage they carry, and stop getting hijacked by all the influences in the world that want to carry us away from our basic nature of compassion and wisdom and kindness.
Wow. Well, thank you for that introduction. Definitely, in my experience, easier said than done, right? But that's why we practice, and especially doing that together in community, which is one of the reasons why AMT is here. So, yes, thank you, Carol. And you may notice that as you navigate our website, we do have a library that has various kinds of teachings and content that you can read, watch, and listen to. But this Get Started section really has more of a curated selection of basic instructions that introduce us to what Carol just shared with us, the inner work that then can move us into the various situations in our lives that really help us build that bridge between our inner and outer worlds. So We hope you find these resources helpful. We're here to support you on this journey, whether it's asking us a question about your practice or experience through our contact form, attending one of our in-person retreats that we host a few times a year, or seeing what kind of custom work we can provide for you and your community. So enjoy, happy training, and maybe see you at one of our events. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.